After an arduous, cold, rough and poopy 12-day Atlantic crossing from the Azores with our rather little Thula, we had finally, after over 2 years, reached the European mainland again.
Sieht irgendwie komisch aus, da hinten ist alles rot. Was ist denn da passiert?
Since then, a pandemic had swept over the world and we had no clue what to expect after stepping foot on land again, with all its new COVID-19 rules we possibly did not know about. So it's Saturday, 14th of August, one day prior arrival. This is what we have to get away from. Big low pressure system over the Irish Sea. Slowly turning into the English Channel and therewith also to the coast of the Bretagne. England stayed closed for us, as would the Channel Islands. Good that we had taken the English route on our way down Europe's coast in 2019. But would the French let us in? Would we be put on a quarantine quay as we were used to, being tested first?
Arriving in cold France after 12 days at sea. On our port side is Ile d'Oisson, and we are taking the South Passage, Passage de Frombeurre. Yeah, we are a bit too late because the current is still going with us with about a half knot, but in 1 hour it starts turning slowly, and here in the passage it's quite tricky because the current can reach up to 8 knots. So yeah, we should push money a bit.
To our surprise, we didn't even have to do a COVID test on arrival and could instantly step foot on land. Our first way was to the harbor takeaway, for nothing other than salty French fries. When ordering, the waitress mumbled something about a pass sanitaire. Friendly, I thanked her for offering us the possibility of using their bathrooms. I was dead serious, and the lady felt slightly messed around with, furiously asking us to instantly leave, leaving us speechless. Into what kind of world had we returned? Time to Google what that pass sanitaire was all about. And this new regulation was just one of the many we learned about when returning to Europe. So much was familiar, yet felt so different. This experience let us become aware of how much we had lived in our little bubble, that we had hardly left while a virus had swept across our globe. So being able to hire a bike for a few hours put a big smile on our faces, checking out the surrounding of the abers, the estuaries that cut into the countryside of the Bretagne.
This area, the tides are so high here, 8 to 9 meters. In 6 hours, the whole water will be gone in this bay.
So we're actually watering over dry land at the moment. It's dry land in 6 hours.
While the Breton climate is already extremely mild due to the Gulf Stream, the microclimate on the Ile de Baz that we were passing on our way to Roscoff is particularly mild, comparable to the British Channel Islands, and therefore particularly suitable for agriculture. The island has therefore always been known for its vegetable cultivation. The first fresh vegetables in spring often come from there.
Roscoff, city over here. They don't have any pretty beaches. For that reason you can just take the ferry over to the Ile de Baz. Yeah, and a little bit south of Roscoff is a marina where we want to dock Thula.
When Roscoff became visible, we had the feeling of getting a remarkable first glimpse of Brittany, with granite houses dating from the 16th century lining with the docks and a Gothic church. So good morning from Roscoff. We are still in the Bretagne, continued yesterday for around I think it was like 30-40 miles, I don't know exactly anymore. Yeah, we're in this huge marina now with all the availabilities that we've missed for so long. Really nice showers. There's a shuttle bus here that we took yesterday to see the beautiful city of Roscoff, with a very nice pedestrian street to walk on, and all these fancy shops, sustainable shops with stuff being sold, sardines,
algae. They harvest a lot of algae here in the Bretagne to eat for cosmetics and all of that kind of fancy stuff. Yeah, it was a little bit strange to us, I must say, after being away for so long. And yeah, now seeing all these fancy things being sold for quite a lot of money. And Ilya has just come back from shore.
Like a real Frenchman with a baguette under my arm. There you go.
Nice.
And pen of chocolat.
Oh, nice. So look inside. Is it fresh, Ilya?
It's fresh. Really fresh. Winter.
Really fresh? Yeah.
Winter.
Yeah. As you can see, both Ilya and I are pretty much freezing. Even though it's maybe, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 degrees or something. Water temperature here is 16 degrees Celsius. We've seen a lot of people bathing. I think nothing for us at the moment. We're a little bit afraid of catching a cold here. And then being this German boat with two sneezing people, thinking corona, corona, corona. Yeah, so we're going to continue today to Les Adrieux. It's another, how much is it? 40 miles?
40 miles.
40 miles up a river again. It's supposedly very nice there. Hope the weather is gonna stay as it is, as it was really drizzly, cold and rainy yesterday, and we didn't have so much wind. Yeah, and then we really hope to be able to continue to the Normandy, to the Channel Islands, which are a bit tricky at the moment because we have to figure out whether they let sailors in or not, and what the procedures are for that. Probably another COVID test, hopefully only one and not 3, depending on whether you're coming from a country that is a high-risk corona area or not. But it would be a shame to miss it. And now Ilya is a little bit slow this morning, didn't want to get out of his bed. I think we really have to get going, yeah?
Ja, hier kannst du Echolot anmachen und Dings. Echolot, Mutterknochen.
Echolot ist schon an, Ilya, alles vorbereitet.
Und Kartenplotte-Ding.
Okay.
Mutterknochen drin?
Nein, der ist noch nicht dran.
Wait, what was that in the distance? The island of Rouzic surprised with its white color, but having a closer look, it was not the color of the rock, but the color of 17,000 pairs of white feathered friends with yellow heads. The largest colony of gannets in France. If we only had the time to get a little closer to the so-called Réserve Naturelle des Sept-Îles, an archipelago classified as a nature reserve. In the Sept-Îles archipelago, gannets and cormorants feel completely at home. I was flashed when reading that there were even puffins around. Puffins! Birds that I've been wishing to see for a long time. But unfortunately, they supposedly had already left a month before our arrival. What a bummer. What helped a little to overcome the disappointment was that we didn't have time for a detour anyways, due to the constantly shifting massive tide.
Langsam sind wir, dann müssen wir den Motor mitnehmen, weil Den Sprit werden wir so oder so dann verbrauchen, wenn wir gegen die Tidal im Fluss anfahren müssen.
Okay.
Here a shark, there an elephant or a witch. We had left behind the so-called coast of legends of the Bretagne and had arrived at the Côte de Granit Rose, the lovely coppery pink granite coast. And it was so fun to have a look at the fantastic shapes of the colorful rocks that line the coastal path.
Boje sind umsonst hier?
Nee, kosten 1,68
Der Meter.
der Meter. Dann können wir einfach auch rechnen. Ne? So, hier sind in dem Bassin Aflot.
Ja, wahrscheinlich. Ich habe nicht gecheckt, wie viel Wasser hatten wir unterm Kiel.
Weiß ich nicht, hab ich auch nicht